Hello, I'm Elliot Bigden, the writer of Come the End. This play was performed back in 2018 between me and my good friend Malcolm Toll, who, without him, none of this would have been possible, so a very big thank you to him. But this is a comedy. It's supposed to be just a silly comedy with a load of really big, funny characters and some excellent performances from some incredible actors that I had the pleasure to work with. Seeing them bring my characters to life on stage was a treat that I hope you can enjoy as much as I did. Because this is a bit of a dreary time, it'll be quite nice if we had some comedy, something to liven up, something to make 2021 a little bit brighter. So, thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
That's the play. Got beaten in the film.
Ah, Ives, you're here.
Regrettably. But is he here?
In there resting. He'll be up in a moment. Can I help you?
I'm not the one you should be helping.
I can't do much more to help him. A broken bone or a sickness I can deal with, but he's dying and, well, we have to go sometime, don't we?
Yes, well, I'm sure that's exactly what he wants to hear from his doctor.
I speak my mind.
Yes, regrettably.
He's not afraid, though. The thought of death could a little more make him shiver.
Well, yes, thank you for that, Dr. Goodman, but I'm not here for pleasure. I do, in fact, have work to do.
And what work would that be?
That, Dr. Goodman, is none of your concern.
Is that the will?
Again, Dr. Goodman, none of your concern.
We've known each other a long time.
Regrettably.
So you can tell me, can't you?
The contents of these envelopes are for the benefactor alone.
His family.
Yes. Have none of them arrived yet?
Just been him and me here.
Well, I sent my message over an hour ago. I'd have thought they'd be here by now.
Oh, it's probably how you worded it. I mean, if you only told them that he was dying, they'd be here by now. Or maybe they're just lost. Never been to this part of town before. Not used to places like this. Still speaking, though.
Regrettably.
I never grew up in a wealthy family like they did, but I still knew a better home than this. I tell you, we drove past it thinking it was derelict and abandoned. And when we laid in the bed, it squeaked, and we still don't know if it's a spring or a rat.
Goodman.
He's awake.
Coming, Craster, I was only resting.
You can rest, but I'm dead.
Well, if you keep shouting like that, it won't take very long now, will it? God's sake, Craster, return to bed.
Lie down and die. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Oh, no, but you need your rest.
Yes. Now, Doctor, if you'd be so kind as to put me in that chair.
That chair?
That very chair.
Now, Craster, I mean no disrespect, but that chair... Well, look at it. It's old, weary, tattered and torn. Looks like no one's sat in it for years.
Years.
I can't in good faith put you in such a... God, it looks like someone's died in it.
No, but somebody will.
Behave yourself, Craster. You're not the young man you used to be. Now, I brought you here because you said you want to be comfortable. Now, seeing what you call comfortable, I don't think much of it.
You don't think much at all in general.
Why don't you return to bed where you can be comfortable?
This death, Dr. Goodman, it's not meant to be comfortable.
Oh, but it could be.
For God's sake, put me in that bloody chair before I throw myself upon it.
You don't care much, do you? As long as you're here, dying in this chair, well, you don't care to be social at all, do you?
Such is death.
I'm not scared at all.
Fear not that which will fear you when you fear it not.
That means something, I'm sure of it.
Sir, Doctor, how long until I draw my last breath?
You're not going to just bluntly, are you? Give me your arm. By the sweat of my brow and the tears in my eyes, I'd say you'd be gone by the last stroke of midnight.
You're on.
Mr. Craster, sir.
Oh, you're here.
All envelopes have been laid out accordingly, and all documents have been reviewed in accordance with your wishes.
I'm more impressed with him than you, and he's only been here 5 minutes.
You need lay those pigs out. I could have done that.
Yes, but you didn't.
Well, may I remind you, I'm only a doctor.
Yes, and you just bet I'd be dead by dawn.
I said midnight.
On the topic of paperwork, I have the latest letter for you.
Thank you, Mr. Fines.
Blanche going to open it. Don't you want to know who's from?
I receive this letter every month, sir. I can read this letter without looking at the page. I can read this letter without opening the envelope. I can even read this bloody letter without receiving the letter in the first place.
May I be so bold to ask who sent it?
No, you may not, sir. I will tell you anyway. This letter comes from Dennis.
Dennis?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't recall a Dennis.
He is my son, the heir to the Craster name. God help us. When my daughter Ethel got married, she lost her Craster surname. And I lost all faith in the name. Even her son Isaac, who is by blood a Craster, doesn't care for it.
Oh, I'm sure he does care for it.
I'm sure he does not. You know what he calls me? My name is Craster. A name that I have dragged from the mud on wings of gold to fly higher than God himself on his clouded throne. A name that should inspire respect and admiration from mere mortal men. A name I have cherished, even though nothing was handed on to me from my father but that name. Do you know what Isaac calls me?
What?
Grandpapa. Ah, what crime have I been committing to be called Grandpapa? I shudder at its every mention.
What's wrong with the name Grandpapa?
It is not my name, sir. My name is Craster, and I wish to be addressed as such.
Be kind to him. Isaac's a good lad.
Good, yes. Soft, yes. Foolish, doubly so. I blame his mother.
Hurry up and open blasted door! Hey, what took you so long?
I could ask you the same question.
I sent my message over an hour ago.
Yeah, I was sleeping. Comfortably. You couldn't have died in your own bleeding sleep now, could you?
I did it purely to inconvenience you.
Oh, can you all just stop? Can't you see? I'm distressed. Oh, my father, how can you leave me like this? First mother, and now father.
Hopefully husband will soon follow.
You joke. How can you find humour at a time such as this? Oh, I need a drink.
Is this an appropriate time for that?
Oh, don't matter. She'll do it anyway. I was honestly shocked when Isaac came out with blood instead of wine in his veins.
Please, Charles, not now. I am mourning.
I'm not dead yet.
Can I help fix that?
Fines come on soon from beyond the grave.
We can find out, sir.
All right. I'll shut my mouth.
Oh, I doubt it.
Charles, you are forever fighting with my father.
I blame him entirely. Not like it's one-sided battle, is
Oh,
it?
indeed. You make it all too easy.
I tell you, if I wanted abuse, I can easy go into work. He acts exactly like my boss. Old, angry, not a clue how to do anything. If I got Nevin, he'll do it anyway.
At least we understand why he's in charge.
And what is that supposed
Well, I
to
don't
mean?
suppose he goes home and complains to his family about his terrible working conditions.
The only thing he can complain about is this office chair is shaping to the contours of his arse.
Ours referring to his work colleagues.
Oh, you're belittling me. You surprise me, Craster. That is so out of character for you. I imagine you'd be more draining off your bodily fluids on your pillow while you're conked out. Hey, steady on!
Charles! That was so very rude.
Oh, was it? I didn't notice. I'd apologise if what I was saying wasn't entirely true.
Doesn't mean you have to speak it, Charles, honestly.
Are you trying to tell me you don't think he don't deserve it?
But he's my father, so of course I'm going to say no. No. Yes. Wait. No. Oh, Charles, you've gotten me so flustered.
Even your own daughter ain't rising to defend you. I cannot shout at my boss, but I can shout at you. You can't fire your son-in-law!
I'm afraid you're right. As husband to my daughter and father to my grandson, I cannot remove you from my family. I can, however, remove you from my will. Isn't that correct, Mr. Fine?
Regrettably.
Where is that ungrateful brat? You can't complain about me being late when he too is not present.
Oh, Isaac, well, I'm sure he's on his way as you speak.
Oh, Isaac was always running late as a boy.
Ah, he still is a boy.
Charles, be nice. He is your son.
You know what? I'll worry about that lad. I raised him, paid for him, hundreds of thousands I put upon him, helping this and funding that. Does he thank me? He owes me at least a thank you. And a couple of thousand. But what does he give me? Eh? Worry after worry after worry. I could worry less if he were born a girl. Oh, but he couldn't be born girl, could he? If he were girl, I could just find some chap with some money and shove her off in that direction. Ain't that what good father does for daughter? While on topic, I wonder sometimes that he ain't a girl. I mean, what kind of lad likes poetry for God's sake? He wanders round, head in clouds, thinking about some higher power, love, or some other abstract ideal. He could like something a bit more respectable. Every week he's gallivanting off to poetry club or theatre. I mean, honestly, what self-respecting man would ever have any interest in anything as trivial as theatre?
Are you just going to sit there and let him talk about Isaac like this?
Oh, I guess you're right. But Charles, please be gentle. He is your son, after all.
Yours too.
Well, don't just blame me for how he turned out.
Unbelievable.
No, he is right. I worry about him also. He's such a soft child. I tell you, this world will not be kind to him. He's no backbone, you see. How can he possibly support a wife and family with poems and dreams? I don't understand how he thinks he can do it.
A child? How's he ever going to get girls to go with him? If all he can offer is soppy "I love yous." Let's face it, might as well give up any hope of having grandchildren.
Grandpapa?
Ah, and it begins.
Hi, my boy. How have you been keeping? I've been hearing lots about you.
Thank you, Dr. Goodman. Yes, I'm fine. How is my grandpa? Is he feeling okay?
You can ask him yourself if you like.
Oh, Grandpapa, how are you feeling?
Isaac, my boy, you are young and you're soft. I've been in this world a long time. As such, I have picked up many a nugget of knowledge which I've tried to share with you. I have found, when talking to those who have the inclination to die in the not-too-distant future, such as I am, that they do not particularly like being asked futile questions, especially questions such as, "How are you feeling?"
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Ah, there you can learn another lesson. Never apologize. If you apologize, it means you have admitted you've made a mistake, and that shows weakness. Don't do it, my boy.
Oh, Grandpapa, you've always taught me such helpful and useful things. This is actually the 5th time you told me never to apologise.
Oh, I'm so pleased that lesson was so well learnt on you.
Within 2 minutes by arrival, he's already taught me 2 great things.
Whenever I'm checking up on him, he's almost teaching me a lesson as soon as I walk into the room. You're lucky to get 2 minutes with him. Why have you only been here for 2 minutes ago? We sent a message over an hour ago, and you just got it.
No, I got it then.
Well, where have you been?
Well, it was during the interval.
Now you see what we have to put up with.
Father,
I don't understand. What difference does it make whether or not you received the message during the interval?
I know I'm sorry. Or I'm not. Or I am. Oh, I don't know, I'm so confused.
You didn't come to see your dying grandfather because you're at the theatre.
Oh, I know I feel awful. If it helps, it was an awful second act.
That makes me feel so much better.
Oh, Isaac, I can't believe you could do something like this.
She's right, Isaac. This doesn't sound like you.
It wasn't me. I wanted to leave right away. When we didn't, I sat there dreading every second that passed. I wanted to leap up and run out to that dismal theatre. But when we didn't, my heart broke and shattered thinking I may leave as Grandpapa died. But I got the first cab I saw and came in right away, I promise you. Oh, I wanted Eliza to come with me, but she said no.
Hold on, Charles.
No.
You mentioned a name there.
Yes, Eliza.
That was it. Oh, Charles, there's hope after all.
Hi.
Who is this, Eliza?
She's my fiance.
Oh!
You're bleeding out, and what now?
Oh, Isaac, you haven't. Look at Mummy. Talk to Mummy. Tell me you haven't. Oh! Oh, Charles!
Oh, no, none of that! He's acting like that and over-bothering him, that's made him where he is.
Like I am.
Ah, a stupid, bleeding, idle-brained nit! You foolish lad! How could you go off and find girl and not tell us?
I didn't think you want to know.
Of course we'd want to know something like this, Isaac. How could you possibly ever say otherwise? You're just being silly then. That's saying silly things and I won't have it.
Thank God in heaven, if she is going to marry you, I'd like to know something other than the fact she exists. Information I'm only finding out now. So, where is she?
Yes, where is she? What kind of a woman accepts a proposal of marriage without meeting their to-be in-laws?
She isn't here, and I don't know where she is. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're sorry, are you?
Yes. No, I'm not.
Is my hearing going? Are you trying to tell me that you're not sorry?
Not sorry.
Good lad.
Whatever did I do to raise such an idiot child to marry so foolishly?
That's a question I often ask myself.
All right, Crasta, we get it. Can you shut your trap for a few moments? We are having a crisis.
Heaven forbid. Carry on then. I'll just continue sitting here dying.
Grandpa.
Isaac, no. Father, please, this is important.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. As I said, I'm only dying.
Listen to
You
him.
carry on.
We can talk about this when he's not here.
You speak as if I've already left the room. I'm going to be dead.
I'm not going to leave you aside, Grandpa. I promise you.
Like hell you're not. Get over and explain yourself, young man.
Father, please.
He's right, Charles. He's looking after the sick and elderly.
Ain't that why you hired that layabout?
I am in the room and I still can't hear you.
Oh, you can you? Good. You go over there and do your job. Give me a chance to find out what the devil's wrong with my pillock of a son.
All right, Isaac. I'll make sure he's still breathing by the time you get back.
Isaac, leave.
Will you tell me what the damn hell is going on?
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. There's a good place to start.
Charles, this is a delicate matter. Don't be brash.
Honestly, Mother, I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
You're not.
Not at all.
Oh, Charles. He obviously hates us.
Aye.
Why else would a son do and say such horrible things?
I don't hate you.
What did we do to raise such a horrible boy?
It's horrible, am I?
Just look at your poor mother, Isaac. Look at what you've done to her.
I didn't do anything.
You know what you did. I can see it. I know you. You have betrayed me, Isaac. This is the last time.
Aye.
I tried. But you take too much from your father.
I don't.
Honestly, Mother, I didn't mean to spite you. Can't we just talk about this?
No, we can't. You do not care for this family's happiness at all. All you care about is what makes you happy. Oh, what about me, Isaac? You even have to ruin my last day with my own father. You obviously can't ever let any of us be happy. Everything has to be about Isaac and nothing else. All I wanted was to come and mourn my father. But no, you had to make it all about you. You. Have you never cared for anyone else, Isaac? Not even your mother, who does so much for you. And what do I get in return? Nothing.
That's what happens when you're a child. You care for it and love it unconditionally.
That excuse might have worked when you were younger. If you were a toddler of 2 or 3, I might have let you get away with an excuse like that. But not anymore, Isaac. You're a grown man now. You know what you do. What you do is spite.
Mother, I wasn't thinking about you when I did it.
No, you weren't, were you? You don't care at all.
Father, talk to him, please. I don't know what I did wrong. I didn't mean to hurt you.
I'm just disappointed in you, Isaac.
I didn't do anything wrong. I can't see.
No, you can't see, can you? All you can see is me, me, me.
You've made that point.
Isaac, you obviously have no idea what you did.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And you're obviously not going to apologise, so why don't you leave and we can talk about it tomorrow. Go on, Isaac, go.
But
I said, go.
No, Isaac, stay.
Grandpa, I don't know what I did wrong.
That's all right, Isaac. They're your parents. As far as I'm aware, that's what parents are meant to be.
They're my family. Aren't they supposed to be happy because I am?
Of course not. Just because they're your parents doesn't mean they're any less people. Plus, no one's really happy just because someone else is.
That should never be considered right.
Doesn't mean it isn't. Come on now. Tell us of Miss... What's her name?
Eliza.
Eliza's. Interesting name.
It is. I think it's beautiful.
Well, wherever is she?
She'll be here shortly, but in a way, she's here already.
What the hell are you talking about? She's on her way, but she's here already. It's not possible, my boy. You're either arriving or arrived. Either or.
Oh, but no, she is both. For she and I are much the same. So much, in fact, that we have become one. I'm Isaac, but new. For what is Isaac? Isaac is what is made to love. Not just for love's sake, but love Eliza.
Oh, Christ.
My heart's beating love, I do carry her with me. So whether she's here, there, or neither, she's wherever I am. I hold myself in my arms, and they are her arms. For such arms have held her before. They are warm arms, strong arms. Never before have arms been thought of as brick and mortar. Never before have arms been thought of as school children gazing longingly from windows. Never before have arms been thought of as home, and these arms will serve in place before I find a better home to house him.
Yes, but that still doesn't explain why she isn't here.
Here or there, why can you only focus on what you can touch?
Those are the only things I find of worth.
Clearly you know not of love, Cresta, for love is worth a million things, and yet nothing at all.
As much as it may seem such a gratifying venture, one cannot live on love alone. Interest yourself in something more substantial, my boy.
Love is substantial. If I cannot live on love alone, then let Isaac die and Cresta live.
Isaac! If such a deal were possible, I would not take it. I have tried to tell you many things that you seem to have learned nothing. If my heart were to cease beating and stand still, I would blame that heart for stopping, for worrying over Isaac.
Don't worry about me, Grandpapa.
Won't you listen? I speak to you now not as your grandpapa. I speak to you as an old man who sits dying in a chair, who looks around him and sees little of worth to him.
Why are we here? We could take you home.
No! This room, though dusty and barren, an old bit of ruin, these walls peeling and decaying, are more home to me than my manor lined with gold. I fear that when I am little more than dust, you too will sit in this chair and see walls such as these, and company such as this. Yet I fear you will not see these walls, you will not understand what they are. I worry that I leave a world with a dying fear for those who are yet to live.
I don't understand.
You will. You know, I can still remember the time when I had youth in these fingers. Life was still a game worth playing. So tell me, Isaac, tell me of this girl.
Yes, indeed. Tell us of her.
You want me to?
As much as I curse it. She is to be my daughter-in-law. Tell us. Tell us of the girl who stole the heart of my foolish son.
A fool of a son indeed. Young and sweet, but still a fool.
Aye, speak true, Isaac. Tell us of this girl who deserves you.
I will. Oh, sweet poetry, fly now and find yourself a better face. Fail me not as I need you now more than ever. Sweet poetry, sing now of she whom I can love. I can tell you of my sweet, for she who is mine, she is.
Oh, who now?
It could be her.
Demons are running free in hell, for their general is here! I sincerely hope that is not your fiancée.
No, she's much sweeter, softer tongue than that.
Oh, what do you know of her, Don't? Alright, I admit it, I'm not actually a demon.
Oh, can someone open the door?
I'm just his legal representative, same thing.
Well, I'm not getting it.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not being paid to be someone's butler.
Then, what are you doing
He
here?
has a point.
I would, but I am otherwise indisposed.
You're drunk.
No, but I'm working on it.
Right, get it. I'm coming! It's bad time too, it's freezing out here.
It's not much better in here, I'm afraid.
Alright, it's as cold as the grave. Oh, it's colder than shoes tit here.
Thank you for that illuminating addition to our conversation, Dennis.
What's with all the glum? Who died?
No one. Yet.
Ah, don't worry, that night's still young. Speaking of young, who's my favourite nephew, eh?
I'm your only nephew, Uncle Dennis.
Just Dennis. Uncle makes me sound like I'm an old man. And there's nothing worse than being old.
Well, once we agree.
There he is, my favourite man. Hang it, keep yourself, Charles, old boy.
Same as when you last saw me.
Ooh.
And what took you so long?
Excuse me, can't you see I'm talking?
You're about half an hour late. Where the devil you been?
I'm so glad you asked.
Now we'll find out where my fortune went.
Yeah, I'll spend it wisely, don't worry.
Yes, on gambling debts and whores.
Excuse you, sir. How dare you? They are fine, upstanding, respectable women. Oh, look, he even said that with a straight face. Oh, see, Isaac? That's called lying. You should try it sometime.
This is a gentleman you've raised in your boy crest.
Don't look at me, I don't know where he gets it from.
Yeah, get it from a lot of places.
Absolutely childish.
Oh, look. Just because some girl decides that this man here, out of the kindness of his own heart and for no pleasure of his own, is good enough to test her bed springs to do him hard to blame.
How can you just jump between women like that?
Oh, Isaac, the question's more, how can you not? You ever taken a boy to one of these clubs, Charles? I don't know what you're talking about. Sure you do. One of these high cut places. Not the ones with the tasteless pictures everywhere and the blatant misuse of the crew.
Never in my life.
Oh, shame. Think it'd do the boys some good. Oh, go on.
Charles? Dennis?
Oh, hello there, sis. Not drunk. Ease up, time's a wasting. You want to take me to one of these clubs, right? You want a classy one. If any part of the name refers to a body part, steer clear, my man, steer clear. The classy ones are subtle. I'll tell you, my favourite club in Brazil.
I do protest at this.
Ease up, girl, get it down, yeah? You ever been to Brazil?
Can't say I have. No.
Oh, it's a lovely place, Charles, lovely place.
I hear it has lovely views.
Yeah, they ain't lying. Nah, seriously, some of the loveliest sights I've ever seen. My favourite club is in Brazil, though. The doormen know me by name and the women know me by more. Oh, the perfumed rose. See? Subtle. No big pictures, no flashing, no crude. Tell ya, the women there have class. And they like a bit of class too. They like a well-dressed man. See this suit? Charming, ain't I? Bought in Brazil. Finest money can buy.
Oh, I.
Aye, indeed. I got the bill.
Yes, well, seeing as we're all here, I shall begin.
Can we wait a moment, please?
Isaac, what are you talking of?
Bleeding nothing is what he talks of. Carry on, Mr. Fines.
Right, I'm begging you all, please, can we just spare a little more time? It won't take too much longer.
Isaac, I think you're misunderstanding the reason why we're all here.
We're not all here yet.
If he says what I think he's about to say.
My Eliza is yet to arrive.
Ethel, he said it!
Hello, Eliza. Somebody fill me in.
Trust me, you're better off not knowing.
She's my sweet, my angel, my everything.
I'm still in the dark who she actually is.
His bleeding fiance.
You're joking.
I wish I was. In fact, I wish I was.
Isaac, tell me it ain't so. I need to hear you say that.
We're getting married.
No, Isaac, no. Don't you be saying that word to me. Don't you dare be saying that word.
We're in love.
Oh, or that one. Oh, my poor nephew, he was so young. He never stood a
I
chance.
don't understand why you're so upset.
Isaac, you're getting married.
She's the greatest girl in the world.
Oh, Brazil. Please let me take him to Brazil.
I'll take him now for all I care.
All right, Isaac, you're coming with me.
What about Eliza?
Forget about her. No woman who has any respect for herself would ever let herself become a wife.
Excuse me. I am a wife.
You're right, Ethel. Isaac, look at what Uncle's talking about.
I don't want to hear this. You're my family. Aren't you supposed to be happy because I am? She'll be here shortly. I promise. All these words you're saying, you'll regret them. Oh, I fell in love in a matter of seconds, and so will you.
Isaac, I really wouldn't be going saying things like this right now.
But it was true. That's how love works. I was at a poetry reading.
Oh, don't get us started.
Poetry reading.
I was giving a reading of my newest works.
Is he for
Oh,
serious?
regrettably.
It compares Grandpa and I in our misery.
Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell it to you now. My mother bore me from her father.
Oh, please, son, no. No poetry.
Fine, I'll summarise it for you. It starts where I compare Grandpa's large mansion, his many possessions, to my small heart that sits empty. I then compare his vast fortune to my many fears. I then go on to say that
That was the end of a summarising of a poem?
no, there's a lot more. I actually call lots of things personal to me.
Lot being the main focus, that sentence.
Have you at least got a written copy of it?
I don't need to. Poetry's been home to my heart and neighbour to my head.
Yeah, oh, so essentially he made it up on the spot.
I memorised it. I don't need to write what flows freely from my heart.
And what if you forget it?
It's the truth, and you cannot forget the truth.
That's my job.
I simply need to stand still and breathe deeply and feel my heartbeat. And without even trying, my breath becomes word and poetry soars.
Then what happens when a girl takes your breath away?
Exactly!
That's not an answer.
Poetry isn't about answers or questions or questioning statements. It's just words. They're beautiful, beautiful words. All right.
Let's take it down a notch.
No, Father, let's not get passionate, dance, sing, scream or shout. You must have been in love once, else why would you marry Mother?
Indeed, Charles. Why did you marry my daughter?
Go on, Father, just stand still and breathe deeply. Unclench your fists and open your heart.
Charles? Charles? You're not saying anything?
I think he's holding his breath.
Charles, what are you trying to say?
You boy. I'm bloody pillock. You know that, I hope.
Oh, Charles! I cannot believe this! You couldn't utter a single word towards me!
No, Ethel, stop making fuss over now. Unlike him, I am not a ponce. You know that.
But you couldn't say a single thing! Not even, I love you.
All right. I love you. Happy now.
Oh, wrong.
My honest opinion,
Preferably not.
I am upset! I'm mad! But mostly I'm disappointed in the fact that you did not disappoint me!
What do you want from me, eh? I work. I slave. I toil. So end of day, I've got home to come home to. And all I ask for is maybe a fresh meal waiting for me on the table at 6 on dot. And as I come through front door, Maybe a, oh, darling, how was your day? Or, oh, father, you're home. And maybe just bit of peace and quiet. As put my feet up with a glass of scotch in one hand and paper in t'other. I do what I do for things as small as that. If that's not a great bleeding sign that screams, I love you, what do you want me to do? Eh? Want me to be more like him? Oh, fine, fine. I'll quit my job and I'll sing songs about blue in sky and red in bloody roses. And well, that won't pay for your endless supply of alcohol, and the less said on the mortgage, the better. Let's see how you feel about I love yous then.
Actually, they're poems, not songs.
And you, I hope you're happy now. Your family sits here broken, bruised, all because of your bleeding poetry. These words I'm speaking now, I hope you'll still think they're beautiful then.
I do.
Well, ain't that just peachy?
Well, that was a tad bleak, wasn't it? See, Isaac? This is what love brings you. Still want it?
God, you're revolting.
Am I? Am I really?
Yes! You are revolting!
Well, I may be then. But do you know what else I am? Happy. I'm a happy man and happily so. Can you say the same?
I think I can, yes.
Thinking's the mistake there, my old mate. You can't think happy. You just are.
That was almost poetic.
What is wrong with this kid? Here I am, spilling some great advice, and there he is, occupied by some trifling thing that offers nothing in the way of help. Can you listen to anything anyone says?
I can if this is something important.
Now, you're about to listen to me. To begin today's lesson, I'm going to need a little bit of background information. So, how many girls you been with?
Oh, Christ.
I don't know.
You don't know how many girls you've been with?
No, I don't know what being with means.
Oh, come on, you know. Been with.
You just said it again. Oh, yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, come on. Been with. Having a go. Popping your cherry. Making the beast with two bats. Riding the flagpole. Dipping your pickle. No? A bit of how's your father?
He's a bit angry at the moment.
Buggered. Intercourse. How many girls have you slept with?
Jesus,
Finally?
none, not one.
I'm going to need another bottle at this rate.
Yeah, could you?
I don't know.
Isaac, you're getting married. Have you not been with her at
I
least?
just want to talk about this right now.
Well, as if there's anything more important going on.
How could you possibly consider marriage at a time like this? You have no idea whether you'll like her or not. She could be absolutely awful in the sack.
I won't care.
Oh, you will. Trust me. You got to test the horse before you buy it.
Why are we talking about horses now?
Oh, it's a metaphor, you know, like when you ride a horse is much
Can
like
we
when...
just not talk about this?
This is an important conversation he needs to have.
Charles, say something.
Excuse you. He's going to try and talk some sense into lad. All I can say is, good luck.
Oh, for goodness sake, Charles. Oh, it's pointless. You. Charles.
So, why don't you put your pickle in her then?
For God's sake, I'm not staying to listen to this nonsense.
Does she not do it for you?
Don't
She
leave
does
me
plenty
here.
for me.
Yeah, but does she raise your flagpole?
Fines. This must be illegal. Tell them to cease and desist. Do something.
I know what you mean, and yes, she does.
So have you tried anything at all?
If I were right,
Bastard.
I've thought about it on occasion.
So your impulses is
I'm
what they
begging
call
now.
them.
She makes me feel urges.
Stop.
Just want to touch her.
Now we're
Stop.
talking my language. So, why haven't you?
Oh,
There's been
if you're
chances,
going to do
lots
it,
of chances.
take me now.
Nothing more than
And?
I don't want to impose on her.
What?
Oh, thank God.
I don't want her to think that I think of her like that.
Well, how do you know what she thinks?
I don't know.
Well, what have you said to other girls?
What other girl? No other girl showed interest in me.
Oh, it all makes sense now. I just thought you were going after the wrong type of girl. Not that you were waiting for girls to come to you.
What do you mean?
It's not a sitting around game. A girl doesn't just fall in your lap. A proper girl, a nice girl, they like to be chased. They like to be wooed, as you may put it.
With poetry?
Ah. With seduction. It's a game you have to play. If you want a girl, you need to make sure that every inch of you, every single breath, every single movement screams, these clothes are waiting to be ripped off. You need to look fine, classy but rugged. You need something like a suit. A good suit. A suit can say everything about you. You want one that says, I'm a gentleman that doesn't play by the rules. They will adore that rugged rogue act. They don't want poetry or niceties. A girl doesn't want to be seen as a goddess, not treated like one. Hard to get, you see. Make them work for it. Disinterest is the best way to make interest. So you get to a club, you look around a bit, see who's there, and if you make eye contact with someone, go on it slightly, then you move on. Then you have them saying, who's that strange man who looked at me? He's not looking at me anymore. I want him. So you let a little bit of time pass and you'll see, once you go up to her in your nice suit, a man in a suit to a woman is as much like a bare woman to a man. So stand tall, legs spread, chest down, and speak with that low, husky voice you can only find in the morning. I tell you, I'll make a lady killer of you yet.
And this actually works?
Never failed me before.
That's not what my checkbook says.
So, now you've got her feeling ready, here's what you do to get her into your bed.
Oh, no.
So, start.
Oh, thank God.
She's my lady. She's my love. She's my darling.
It is still outside the door. You can open it.
Yes.
Place!
Isn't her voice beautiful?
Are you in there, Isaac?
God's sake, Isaac, get your bloody house in gear.
I've been waiting forever for you to arrive.
She actually hasn't arrived yet, has she?
Do I have something on me?
Beautiful.
And why was he looking at me like that?
He's not looking at you at all.
He was. Hello.
Oh, hello there, loved it. Did see you there, I was looking somewhere else.
Who's this?
Oh, introductions. Eliza, meet my uncle.
I'll introduce myself, shall I? My dear, you may call me by my name.
And that is...
I'm so glad you asked. It's Dennis.
Isaac, he's touching me.
You're welcome.
Sorry, it's like that. Uncle, could you let go?
What have we said about the U word, right?
Dennis, let go of my fiance.
Fiance!
Yeah, I've got the ring to prove it.
Darling, no. What you do marrying this fool for?
Because we're in love. We don't care about expectations or whether you agree or not. We're in love and no sorrow could ever find us, and now that we have each other.
Yeah, no. Isaac, what are we doing in a place like this?
That would be me. Apologies.
Eliza, this is my grandpa. My fiance.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were dead.
Sorry to disappoint. How careless of me. I'll soon correct that.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, please, I insist.
Grandpa, don't be like that to her.
To her.
Yes, she's awfully frail.
Yeah, right there.
Isaac, I
thought you said he was rich.
He is rich.
I'm rich.
Yeah, not for long though.
But this place is disgusting. It's dark, dingy, and it smells. Do you know, I had to wait 10 whole minutes for a cab willing to drive me in this horrible part of town.
Isa, I'm sorry. Grandpapa, why are we here?
I tried to tell you.
Yeah, why aren't we at the manor?
Wait, Nana?
Yes, a manor.
Is he giving away a manor?
Indeed.
You don't mind if I call you Grandpapa, do you?
What's going on in here then? Oh, hello. Who's the task?
Hello, I am Ethel. If she's the maid, I'd fire her. I am his mother. She's your wife.
Nope, she's mine.
She's your wife.
Regrettably.
Introductions. Eliza, father. Father Eliza. Eliza,
Isaac,
mother.
thank you. We get to the picture. Such a lovely coat that is.
Oh, thank you. Isaac got it for me.
Oh, he did he? Oh, I always said Isaac was such a charitable boy.
My manner, shall I take your coat?
But I always said that, Charles.
Charles!
An interesting dress. Where did you get it?
Oh, it's French. I feel a bit silly now. I feel so overdressed. I thought I was coming to a funeral.
Wherever did you get that idea?
Where have you been?
I told you, Isaac. I had to go home and get changed.
And you dressed up like that?
Now, this is a far more appropriate outfit than what I had on at the theatre, I can tell you.
I can barely imagine.
Yeah, I can.
My dear, you really do seem to be making a mockery of those of us who've gathered here today. We are here to honour my father's death.
I heard that. I'm not bloody well dead yet.
And here you come, strolling in, parading yourself around in this solemn situation. May I ask, who do you think you are?
Mother! Don't talk to her like that. She's going to cry.
Well, has a single one of you remembered why we are here?
You're at the will. Where's that bleeding lawyer? Get that out of the way, man.
Where's he barreling off to?
To find Mr. Fines, Dr. Goodman. Our dear Eliza has arrived.
She has.
Ah, I assume it's her then.
You assumed correctly.
Oh, my dear. I've been hearing a lot about you.
Oh, good things, I hope.
All and more.
Yes, well, Isaac has painted you as a soft soul. No exaggerations, I can assure you.
I told him about how we met.
Oh, have you, Isaac? I don't think I have actually heard of that story before.
Yes, neither have I.
Something always came up when I tried to tell it.
Well, please, Isaac, tell away.
I will. Oh, how selfish of me. I bet you want to tell it as much as I do. Do you remember how we met so long ago?
How long ago?
2 months.
2 months.
What a glorious 2 months have they been. So, 2 months ago...
Here he is. Right, on with it.
All right, if you insist.
I do.
I don't.
What? Ethel, what's she talking about?
Charles, our son is trying to tell a story. We should listen.
A story. You. How do I know you'll be behind this?
They wanted to know how we met.
Is that it? Woman, they met, they wooed, played a bit of snap and tickle. Now we're all here. Can we get on?
Well, we actually found out that they didn't.
Who cares about the details, like? The ending's the same. They're both stopping me from getting my money.
Mr. Fines, let Isaac finish his story before we continue with the business at hand.
Then bleeding her up, then, boy.
Right, so I was at a poetry reading one day.
And what were you doing at a poetry reading?
I'm glad you asked.
I was asking her.
Ah, I actually care for the arts. Isaac, continue.
So I gave the piece The Fortune of My Heart, in which I compared Grandpapa and I in our misery.
Oh, we've heard this bit.
So I gave the opening line comparing your vast fortune to my immense woe, when suddenly an angel at the bar spun her head. light was faint, she shone where she sat. Oh, she stared at me and I stared at her. I could tell my words were reaching deep down into her soul.
All right, we get it. Your words were getting you hot and bothered. Let's move on.
Charles.
Oh, carry on.
So that the poem ends with my grandpapa dying.
Oh, it does it?
As it does, I inherit his vast fortune, because I grew poor in love. Oh, by then I could tell she'd heard what I said, that I was poor in love and you intended to fix it. She came up to me. We spoke all night. You were so interested in my grandpa, weren't you?
Yes. If he could inspire a poem like that, wouldn't you be interested?
On our first date, I took us walking. We went to a small cafe, I know.
No, then you fell in love, you bought a ring, asked to marry her, she said yes. Lovely story, lovely. Move on.
I didn't need to buy her a ring.
You didn't?
No, 5 weeks after that first date, we went to a restaurant. There she showed me her grandmother's ring, and she said she would give it to the man who had asked to marry her. So I asked her then, and she said yes.
Lovely story, can we get on?
5 weeks?
Ignore her.
As much as I would like to delay the proceedings, I'm not going to give Isaac the chance to tell another story. And I feel my time is running short. Mr. Fiance, proceed.
Being of sound mind,
We know that bit. Who is getting what?
I have divided my estate between you all.
Each of these envelopes contains what you shall receive, or as close as you can get to them. The first of which goes to you, Charles.
Oh, bloody hell.
What is it?
Letter from bank. Says how much money's in the account. I'm rich.
Oh, we're rich.
The second to my daughter, Ethel.
It's me. It's brilliant. Oh! It's the deeds to the mansion!
My grandson, Isaac. The third envelope, knowing he will tender to it well.
What is it? What is it? Come on!
It's a picture of the car.
A car? Is that it?
To my son, Dennis, I bestow the fourth envelope.
I have no idea what any of this means.
Dennis, that's the contents of Father's safe.
It's not.
It is.
I can't wait to sell all of this.
Oh, look! And a fifth envelope for me.
You? Only found out you existed about an hour ago.
Indeed. As you're neither my blood nor married to it, I see you not as a member of the family. Until that day comes, you will not receive a penny of my fortune.
Yeah, hang on. You said we all had to be together. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ignore the whore. And here we are. Why is there a fifth envelope? And who could it possibly be for?
And Agatha Craster.
Come forth, Agatha, and take your husband's hand.
Oh, Father, Mother can't come and take your hand.
Why not?
Well, being dead for 8 years may be part of the problem.
My poor Agatha.
So she's gone. Who gets a fifth envelope?
Listen, fine, there's your real name. Why does that whore get the envelope? No one gets the envelope.
Right. I think we all need to settle down and understand that I could get all the envelopes.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm listening. I'm trying to find out who's getting that envelope.
Who is getting it?
I don't know. The only one loud enough to really hear is your father.
Shut up!
Really? Oh, Isaac, I just don't understand. Well, you don't go in the other room and say something. It's clearly ours.
I don't even know what it is.
We'll get the envelope and find out.
We can go in there, we like to fight for it, but I'm happy with what I have.
What you have? All you have is a car, Isaac.
I couldn't be happier.
But we could have more than a car if you just go in the other room and fight on your own battles for once.
I'm not leaving Grandpa's side.
He's asleep. He wouldn't even notice you'd gone.
And what if I return and he's not awake? Neither is he asleep. Oh, these moments next to him are more precious to me than whatever's in that envelope.
It's all well and good. I'm very admirable indeed, but we need to think of our future.
Our future?
Well, yes. How do you expect to buy me a house to live in by selling one car?
Selling one car?
Oh, yeah. It's going to cost more time and money you running it than it would buy you walking everywhere.
I don't care, I'm not selling it.
Well, why not?
Because he gave it to me.
Isaac? Isaac! Isaac! I am trying to be reasonable.
I don't think you are. If you knew how much it's meant to me, maybe you'd understand.
Oh,
See, when I was a boy, I really saw my grandpa. Every other month, to be honest. I would arrive and he'd greet me and tussle my hair. And before I'd even put sugar in my tea, I'd be swept off my feet and put back in the car. Father was never one for long visits, and Mother never put up much of a fight. I was so young, I never realised how fleetingly I would see him. One time, I was at his house when Father declared that we were leaving. So I got up and went over to my father's side. But when suddenly, he grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "Don't worry yourself, Charles. I'll take him home in my own car." And that was that. Every time I went to his house, he would take me home after my parents had left. I think he loved it. Most of my favourite childhood memories happened in this very car. If I ever need to explain why I love my grandpa, I needn't go any further than this photo. It's why I can't sell it. It means too much to me.
Isaac, you can't afford to be sentimental.
We can stretch this far. I can't wait till we drive our children in this car.
Our children?
Yes, they'll love it as much as I do. I still know the roads Grandpa took.
And when will we having children?
It'll be perfectly safe to have children in the car.
And when were you going to tell me this?
I didn't know we were going to get a car until today.
Isaac, I'm not sure I want to talk about this.
I know, it scares me too, and I love it.
Isaac, you're not listening
Won't it be
to
magnificent
me.
when you're in that white dress and beautiful, and afterwards when you're pregnant?
How do you expect that to happen?
It'll be magical. Maybe there are better words to describe it than magical, but I can't describe how it feels to me. I can just imagine us sitting there in the new nursery. I'll be covered head to toe in paint after painting it. And you'll bring me a glass of orange juice as if to thank me. But all the mess and all the effort will seem so insignificant when I look at your tummy.
My tummy? What about my tummy?
It'll be massive, won't it?
Will it?
Baby and you, of course, will be massive. A baby, our baby. The very best bits of you and me smushed together to make our own little child. Maybe it'll be a girl first.
First?
It's like 2 or 3. Don't worry, you can handle it.
It's easy for you to say.
Walking in the woods, we'll go driving in Grandpapa's car. I'll help them with their homework while you make dinner. Doesn't it sound lovely?
Well,
Just imagine it.
I don't know.
The two of us just sitting there. You'll be pregnant and I'll be proud. Of course, we won't have the livelihood we have now, but wouldn't it be worth it?
I don't know.
When you've got that crying little baby in your arms, it'll have your nose. I hope it'll have your nose.
Crying?
I'm sure you'll be a perfect mother, but loved. Our children will be loved. 2 parents who love each other as much as we do cannot fail. A doting father and a caring mother will love them for everything that makes them odd. I'm so excited. I just want it now.
I don't want it at all!
What?
Yes! whole mother and children thing. Not what I want.
Is this true?
Yes. Can you really see me as a mother? Isaac, I can't even stand children, let alone mothers. Oh, all they do is scream and shout and make a fuss, while everyone around them stares uncomfortably as they do as they will with little regard for anybody else's comfort. And the less said about the children, the better. You're all just really sad women. Just stand and stare into their lives with nothing but regret. You know, wishing that they had freedom. Wishing that they still had the time to do what they want with their lives. Poor souls. Oh, Isaac. You don't understand. I'm actually saving you from such a life. So how about we put this whole horrid conversation behind us and we talk about something else? Like while you're not trying to get that envelope.
I don't think I can do this with you anymore.
Oh, what do you mean?
I want this, Eliza. If you don't, we should just leave what we have now.
You don't mean that.
I really do.
Isaac, please.
I want this. This is important to me. This means a lot to me.
Isaac, you can't just leave me.
What else am I supposed to do?
You're being serious, aren't you?
I am.
I was joking. I was joking. You can stop calling all this wedding nonsense off. I'll do it.
You'll do what?
I'll have your child. I can have children.
What about what you said?
You just overwhelmed me, that was all. And I made a joke that wasn't funny. That's all.
Overwhelmed you?
Well, it was a bit sudden, wasn't it?
I've thought about this.
Me too.
Have you?
Yes. Often. Silly.
Like what? How?
Well, you know, everything.
Give me an example.
Like you said, driving the car.
You didn't know we were getting a car.
Well, any car.
What else?
Well, I imagine what it'll be like when you fill my womb. I'll get fat like you want me to. And I'll have a little person inside me, you know, like I ate a baby.
Ate a baby?
And then 9 long months will pass, and my waters will break, and I'll lie on the floor. I have to make sure we haven't got carpet in the house and that. And then the baby will come, and everybody says that it's the most painful thing a woman ever could experience. And I'll scream! And there'll be blood as the baby slowly comes out at me. But I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
Do you mean a word of that?
Oh, what do you want me to say?
Something else. I'm not supposed to tell you how to feel.
I'm not as good as this as you are. You're the poet, not me.
I need time to think about this. No, you can't just kiss us away.
Oh, I can try.
No, I just want to see if there's something we can save.
Stop being sappy and kiss me.
No, it's like another girl I've been in love with. I have hope she's still in there, very deep inside your body.
Deep inside my body, you say?
What are you going to do?
Oh, sir, just relax.
It doesn't... It doesn't feel right.
How does this feel?
No.
Oh, I thought so.
I tell you what, I only left because I got tired of the lawyer's endless red tape talk. If I'd have known this is where the action was happening, I'd have left much sooner.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I'll bet you didn't.
You weren't doing anything.
No, I'll bet you weren't. I'll get out your hair soon enough, don't worry. Just remember everything I told you earlier, lad. You can thank me when you're finished.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know well what I mean, love. Tell you what, Isaac, in the same room as my sleeping and dying father, gotta shake your hand, boy. Even I ain't sunk that low yet. Never had the opportunity yet. Never found a girl willing to go that far.
Are you done yet?
Have I done, she asked her.
Dennis, keep
Nowhere
it down.
near, love. Keep it down? Keep it down, he says. After all the hard work she did bringing it up.
Oh, it's a shame.
Oh, be quiet. You wake Grandpapa.
Oh, waking Grandpapa, that's what worries him. Should I get out of your ass and go back to waking up myself?
You really are a vile pig, aren't you?
Rich, coming from you.
Your voice is down.
Isaac, look, trust me. Waking Grandpapa is the least of your worries. He's going to be proud, I think, when he wakes up. Wake up, Dad, and see what man your sweet grand boy's become!
Look what you've done. I hope you're both happy.
Brad,
A little.
you're despicable.
Yeah, it takes one to know one.
Doesn't even make sense.
Ah, young love.
I see that once again my son has been making friends.
Wouldn't call her too great a friend, Dad.
Where would you call anyone a friend, Dennis?
Oh, Dad, I don't need anybody. Friends can only tie you down so you can't fly. Oh, God, I've been hanging around Isaac too long.
Maybe not long enough.
Everything's temporary, right? You're born one day, you have a few more, then you die.
True.
Who's going to remember your days when you're gone? Nobody. Your memories are yours alone, you can't pass them on. Sure, you can pass on a house or some money or a safe. Still, they're just things. And things that nobody will care about.
Somebody may care.
Who? Nobody. That's why I live for the moment. The past is unchangeable and the future's never bright, no matter how hard you try. So why try? I live in the now, and now's never done me wrong.
One day, you'll regret your past and long for a future. Then you will hate your cherished now as I do.
Well, you are dying, so I don't really blame you.
I don't hate death. My hatred lies in other places. I have your latest letter.
Ah, Nat.
Every month the same letter.
I keep in contact at least, don't I?
Only asking about money. Never an inquiry as to my health or well-being. No mention. No mention of your sister or family.
Can you blame me?
All that is ever spoken of is the £5,000 you ask of me. Never told where it would go, or indeed where the last loan went.
I appreciate it.
As does half of Brazil, I assume.
Well, now you mention it.
Where were you, Dennis? 8 years ago. Your mother on her deathbed waiting for you. Yet you never came. She worried about her sweet boy. Worried that I would abandon my blood to the streets. As if I would. Yet she made me swear to look out for you for as long as I lived.
Thank you.
I'm not going to live much longer, am I?
Don't worry, Dad. I've got a plan.
For the last time, no.
Oh, just a peek. What's the harm in a peek?
Yeah, give the man a peek.
The envelope belongs solely to its one owner, the contents of which can and shall only be divulged at the request of said owner. Just because you're happy blasting and fanning your new wealth around to everyone in the room does not mean others share the same wishes.
That means it's valuable.
It means, Charles, that it is none of your concern.
Well, I think you'll find that's an opinion.
Then what is going to happen to it?
Again, none of your concern.
But the old bird's dead.
Yeah, in the ground.
Dennis!
Then it is still none of your concern.
Surely it should be passed on to Dad's next relative, who would in fact be my sister.
Aye, his sister and my wife. Therefore shared between two of us equally.
Yeah.
Look, the envelope does not belong to you. It will in fact never belong to you as far as I can see. The envelope and its contents belong to one Agatha Craster.
You're getting it, aren't you?
I like this one. Do you like him?
I'm just worried about protecting your fortune.
And just worry about the part I've gifted onto you already.
Oh, we do. And we're so very grateful, Father.
He shows in a very odd way, you know.
I think you'll find no one asking your opinion, Dr. Goodman.
No, you could be right. Shame it's coming anyway, though.
Shame.
Yeah, Dr. Goodman, whatever opinion you're about to give, let me give mine first. I could not, in any way, care less.
It's funny, Dad. I was about to say the same sentence to you.
No, that's childish. Yeah, you childish idiots.
Why can't you all accept what you have and be content?
Oh, we're very content. Aren't we, Charles?
Speak for yourself, woman. Do you honestly think he wouldn't be like me if he were in my position?
I'll have you know, I didn't receive a single penny from my father.
That's because your father didn't have a single penny to leave you. If he did, you'd have fought your entire family for it with your bare knuckles. You think I'm unlike you, Grasty, but I'm just like you, only younger. A lot younger.
He doesn't mean it, Father.
You don't mean what I mean or what I don't. I speak for myself, actually, and don't need you to reiterate what I'm saying.
Yeah, he don't need your help, woman.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
You can never learn what you did off your own back.
I don't need to, though, do I? I'm rich off his back. I need never work another day in my life, and I'm still going to be as rich as he is. Or was. I need never work in that dull, dark, dank office again. I don't.
Good, Charles, what are you doing now?
Something I've waited years to do. Hello? It's me, Charles. From office. Yes, I know it's late. I know you have work in morning. There's some important information you need to know. Yes, it is work related. Alright. Here goes. You are a swine! Ah! Alright. Oh, there's more. There's more. You're boxing ingrate of a man. For years I've slaved under you, despite your best efforts. You're God. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? I'm rich, you great pillock. I'm richer than you could be if you worked every day of your life. And so I quit. Don't worry about my week's notice. Deducted from my last paycheck. So long, you arrogant bastard! Oh, bugger. Right, you just, what we'll do, we'll run round this, and there we go, and, right. Ah! Craster, thank you! Oh, I feel like celebrating!
Oh, brilliant idea! We can go to this club not far from here. I know the bartender, so I should probably be able to get us a place in there.
Where? I won't allow it.
I'm sorry, Ethel, darling. Didn't hear that glass in your mouth.
A club, you say?
Oh yeah, only the best for my good friend. You know what, Charles? I look up to you.
You do.
Oh yeah, I admire you a lot. Aspire to be you, Ethan. I mean, look at you. How could I not? Nicely dressed, handsome face. I mean, you look like you're worth $1 million.
Hey, now that's an insult!
I wish I could be like you, Charles.
Oh, it's simple, man. You just got to see what you want, then take it.
See, I don't have that. I live for the moment, Charles, live for the now. Moments like this one. I wish I had that 5th sense, you know, to look forward and see the bigger picture.
Oh, it's simple, man. All you got to do is realise what it is you want. Then how you're going to get it. Then you get it. Took me years to master, but I always get what I want. Don't I, Ethel?
Whatever you say, Charles.
You live the dream, Charles. You live the dream. I'm not even worthy to stand next to you. A mess like I am compared to the man that you are. Oh, if only I had a small donation from you. I could start up a business and pay you back thricefold.
Here we go.
Thricefold?
Oh, yeah. I know the business, Charles. I know how to make a pretty penny disappear.
What business?
The business of clubs, Charles. It's an ever-growing business, Charles. Everybody gets bored of clubs quickly. They're always looking for a new thing, Charlie boy.
Charles.
They're always looking for a new thing, Charles. Me and you, we could be that new thing. A line of quality clubs stretching across the globe. The Charles Club. Look at some, we always look some. Then we reel them in. Everyone will know your name by the year's end.
The Charles! Good.
Are you seriously buying into this absolute drip?
Excuse me, the real men are talking. If I wanted to know how many bones there are in a toe, don't worry, I'll be right on ya. Till then, zip it, sonny.
How can you believe a single word he says? He loses every penny he earns in some heartless knickers.
Not losing. I know exactly where it is. It's called investing.
Investing?
Oh yeah, I've been planning this for a while. I was gonna pay back every penny Dad gave me, and interest.
Can't believe this rubbish.
I now know the ins and outs of a club.
Oh, I bet you do.
We could do it, Charles. We just need to do some preparing first. Say what? I'll go to Brazil. While there, I'll make some business visits now. These will be very close book visits. I'll go myself, I'll know what I'm doing. Whilst there, I'll talk to the girls, see which ones are up worth the pennies. I'll tell them about this new club opening, and they'll surely follow. A classy place where girls are treated right. How can they not? So with travel, with visits, with expenses, I say I could do it for, I don't know, 5,000?
5,000 pounds?
£5,000?
Charles, with the amount of money you're about to get, it'll mean nothing to you. Isn't that right, Dad? Dad? Dad, you okay?
Craster, you're still here?
Is he?
What are we talking about?
Do.
Well, what is the matter now?
I can't handle this.
Having trouble, are we? Some
It's
surprise
a
there.
Come on, what's troubling you then?
I'm seeing another side to her, a face I haven't seen her wear before.
What?
By the way it looks at me.
What are you going to do?
Do? What is there to do?
Well, you could try. What?
Don't spit it out, man! Leave her, Isaac.
Yes, Isaac, you can do better than that. Holland.
Don't call her that. Don't you dare call her that. How can you say these things? I love her and we're going to get through this and then we'll get married. Won't you all be angry that she won't be happy? Sorry that someone of your family is happy. It's obviously a great crime.
Oh, aye. Look how happy she's making you. Wake up, you foolish lad. She sings a song and you dance to her tune.
Oh, Isaac, we're only looking out for you. And what's best for the whole family?
The whole family, excluding me.
Isaac, maybe they're right for once.
Dr. Goodman.
Isaac, you know it pains me to agree with them.
Why do it?
Because I believe she only loves you for Crass's money. I'm sorry, Isaac.
Don't speak.
No, stop being dramatic, lads. Always amongst
All of you! None of you speak! You just hate that I'm happy, that's it, isn't it? Yes, we're having trouble, but don't all couples? You'll see. We'll overcome this. And won't you be angry that she loves me for me, and I love her?
You think you'll
shut up? And you'll see. Eliza, come here, my sweet.
What are you going to say now?
We've been talking about you.
Oh, I wonder what all these have to say.
They say interesting things, accusations of sort. They say you don't love me.
Isaac, are you going to listen to them?
Hey, have you chosen her? Be silent!
I'm talking. They say that when you agreed to marry me, you lied. That you don't love me, you just want me for the money I earn. Is this true?
Of course it isn't. I love you.
Say that again.
What? I love you.
You did it again. You looked past me when you said it.
So?
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and say you love me.
Isaac, I don't like this.
Say it.
You're listening to them.
I am. Say it.
Not when you're being weird.
Say you love me, damn it.
Not when you're being like this.
God, it's true. You don't love me.
Isaac, after all this time, after everything I've done for you, you're going to say things like that. You're going to treat me like this. You doubt me over your family.
Then why do you love me?
I love you because of your poetry.
Oh, come on! Leave that alone.
What do you mean? What do you mean we'll live on that alone?
Mr. Fines, is there any way I can give up my fortune?
Oh, now, hold on, Isaac.
Isaac, what are you doing?
Now things are getting interesting.
That was so silly!
I'm giving it all up for you.
Mr. Fines, don't listen to him. He's just being crazy.
I'm serious, Eliza. All the money, all gone. Would you still love me?
Of course.
Why not do it?
But why do it at all?
Because I'll know that you do love me.
Isaac, you're going to give it all up just because you don't trust me?
Wouldn't it be amazing to live off our own backs?
Isaac?
We wouldn't have the way of life we have now, but what we'd have would be ours. I work for a living, perhaps you could too, maybe a secretary at father's firm.
About that.
We live in a place like this, and we wouldn't have as much money to spend on fancy clothes or theatre, but what we'd have would be ours, not a gift or borrowed. Wouldn't it be amazing? We'd get the train every morning and work all day and come back to a rusting heap. But it would be our rusting heap. And we'd have each other, and if you really did love me, that's all that matters.
Isaac, this sounds lovely. But why give up an easy life?
Nothing good comes easy. Mr. Fines, is there a way?
Well, yes. If you proclaim that you forsake all claim, then the inheritance given to you will be forsaken and will be given to somebody else.
It's that easy.
Just those words.
I could do it.
You won't.
I could live with that at all.
But you don't have to.
Isaac, I'm being serious now. Don't do anything foolish.
Isaac, do what you must.
You stay out of this. Isaac, I am warning you.
I must warn you that once you give up all claim, it can never legally belong to you again.
Do you love me?
I do.
And I love you.
You said that into my eyes.
Isaac, if you give this up, then you'll never have the sort of love that you've always wanted. You won't be able to write poetry. You won't be able to have that great big wedding you've always wanted. You won't be able to afford children. Don't give up your dreams just because of your jealousies.
I love you.
Good. And let's have a happy life.
Yes, let's. I forsake all claim.
Mister?
Eliza,
Oh! Here!
this isn't the ring I gave you.
No, that's a cheaper one.
Well, Isaac, oh, you really know how to liven up a dull event, don't you? Oh, I'm just gonna cut the tension with a butter knife.
I'm so sure.
You idiot. You blasted fool. Now I bet you expect me to help you out. That's not going to happen, Isaac. You hear me? Just because you've done something foolish, you expect me to run around, picking up pieces, make sure there's roof over your head. I thought I did good by my son, so I did. Now look what he has to repay me with. Nothing. Well, as far as I'm concerned, no more charity, no more handouts, no more son.
Oh,
As
Charles!
far as I'm concerned, I have no son.
Father!
No son.
Mother, I wish to die.
Oh, Isaac. Now what am I supposed to say to that?
Mother!
You really shouldn't just say things like that. Especially not to your mother. You should only say nice things to your mother. Not run to her with every problem you have. That is not what a mother is for. Maybe once, when you were younger. But that's all family is, Isaac. Training. When you're young and you have no friends, yes, then you can cry to your mother. Because that's why you get friends. So you can turn to them when you're hurt. They know you. And like you for who you are. Family doesn't have to do that, Isaac. A family is the last place you turn to, not the first. So go and find one of your poet friends and talk to them. You shouldn't ask too much from your family. Charles, please. That's what it's all about.
Where do I go now?
Hey, Isaac. Come on, cheer up.
Oh. I don't know. I can feel my heart stop to give when it beats so solemnly. Oh, my heart stop beating. Love stop loving. Breath breathe no more. Let Isaac run out and time stop at the end.
There, stop saying things like that. It'll be alright.
It will?
Yes, you're a pretty lad. I'm sure there's plenty of girls who want to snatch you up.
I don't want any girl. I want that one.
Isaac, trust me, alright? Soon you'll forget all about her and then you'll see that everything will be absolutely amazing. You'll soon hear songs of laughter again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, take it. Take it. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, God. Doesn't spite me. She was aware so little, didn't she? How foolish was I to believe she knew what love was? I know she could feel it for me. You could never know love, could you, you ungrateful, heartless siren? Make still my soul and burn for the hell of loving you! Yes! Be silent!
Isaac.
Oh, sorry, Grandpa, did I wake you?
No. I've been awake. I shan't know sleep again until I enter my final sleep.
Are you hurting?
Yes, Doctor. Some water. I heard from my grandson. Isaac, look at me and see the duality of man. I was once young like you, a life ahead of me like you, and unwise like you also. I was born in this chair. I was born sitting here where I shall die. You see, we're all born twice. When we first enter the world, and then when we understand why. Do you know why we're in this room and not my manor lined with gold? This was home once. Sorry, my boy. When I was younger than you, I left my father's house and bought a room in this place. I shared it with a family from some far-off country. 9 of them there were. I worked to live and lived to work. Days would pass without incident. I didn't socialize, they did. Oh, they threw parties while I wrote papers in the other room. They dined on luxuries while I ate beans. Oh, they would invite me, but I never wished to join them. They grew, Isaac. Oh, they grew. There was always another child in the way, or one of their sons would plump up some girl. As big as this place is, I knew it couldn't hold us all. I knew there would come a time when there'd be no room for me. They talked among themselves whether one of them could share my room. In my youth, I grew angry. It was my room. I had paid for it. Anyway, I had amassed some savings, and I used it all to buy their share of the house. They had nowhere to live. I had thrown them out on the streets. Their rooms were left bare, and I reveled in the silence. Their arms carried everything that they could possibly manage. All they left behind was this one chair, unmoved from where it sits now. I sat in it and realized. In one moment I knew why I was born. My place in the world was clear. With that knowledge, I went out into the world and made my fortune. Then when I moved to a grander home, sentiment wouldn't allow anybody to take this place from me, take this chair from me. I cannot tell you why I was born, Isaac. But I can tell you this. I sat in this chair, knowing I would be happy in my life. Now I sit in the same chair feeling sadness as well. I fear for my grandson Isaac. I fear that he will seek the same happiness that I sought. Then he too will sit in this chair. I was born in this chair, Isaac. And I will die in it. Don't follow me. Do what must be done.
I don't understand why, though.
You will.
Oh, Isaac, thanks for introducing us, mate.
God, will you just piss off, you drunken bastard?
All right, mate, no need to get snappy.
No need! No need! You just slept with his fiance!
Well, she's not actually his fiancée now, is she? She came on to me.
Come on, have you no morals at all?
I think a little part of me on the inside does. But it's the big part on the outside you need to worry about. I hope she was worth it. Oh, she was, mate. She was. Tell you now, you missed out. I've been with a few girls before, but she, whoop, was something else.
Are you talking about me again, are you?
Oh, God forbid the attention should be on anyone else!
You're still wearing the ring. Take it off.
Why?
We're not engaged anymore.
No, we're not.
This is awkward.
It's just a spark between us.
Yeah. And she said she would only sleep with guys she was engaged to, so...
Dennis, how could you?
Look at her! How could I not? It's more the question.
She only loves you for your money.
If this is true, will you still sleep with me?
I guess.
Then I don't care. Spend all my fortune as long as you come back to my bed, do whatever you want.
Before I let my son marry you, may I remind you, you'll never receive a penny of my money until you're a member of this family.
I soon will be. Isaac, I was going to show you this after the theatre, but you shot off before I could. This is a legal document that will actually make us a married couple.
A what?
Yes. Now all we have to do is both sign it here and here, and for all intents and purposes, we'll be married.
Hold on, love. A quick boink's all right, but I have cold feet. Oh, this floor is toasty, isn't it?
What's going on in here then?
Dennis and Elijah getting married.
The what?
Right now, actually.
Dennis?
The heart wants what it wants.
Oh, I'm sure you want this with your heart. Don't do this, Dennis. Don't bring her into the family. Look what she's done to your nephew.
Why do I need to care what happens to my nephew?
You do this, and I'll never give you a penny. No more clubs.
Charles, mate, after her, I don't need a club anymore.
I've signed it.
Oh, Dennis, this is the worst thing you've ever done. Don't do this.
Yeah, when you put it like that. Screw you all, I never liked you anyway. There we are.
Mr. Farce, if you please.
Well, everything seems to be in order. Welcome to the family. You may kiss the bride.
Now, what was that you said about me not getting anything?
Red envelope.
Oh, Christ, dear, you can't.
The car? Well, can't I have the fifth one?
Third, or nothing.
Alright, I'll have the car. I'm only going to sell it anyway.
Look, I'm not listening to some poncy bit of paper. As far as I'm concerned, you are not part of this family.
He's right. And don't expect
As far as you're all concerned, I really don't care.
Yes! Haven't you done this to us and his family?
It's the worst thing you've ever done. You have no idea what I've done in Brazil.
Grandfather,
Isaac, what's happened?
he just suddenly became very cold.
Craster, can you hear me?
I'm here.
The 5th envelope is for you. It was always for you.
I don't want it.
Isaac, trust him.
Isaac, whatever you do in life, your grandfather will always be proud of you. What time is it, Dr. Goodman?
It's 12:05.
I win again.
That you do, Craster. That you do.
I'm rich!
My father just died!
Sorry.
You don't care? None of you care! You've just been waiting eagerly to open your presents. He hasn't just gone, he's dead! I've never seen such heartless disregard in my life.
Oh, Isaac, be quiet. He was my father.
And there's a tearful, never. There's one tearful. You're worse than all of them.
Isaac, I think it's time you opened your envelope.
Yes? Come on, let's find out what he's been hiding. So, what did you get?
There's quite a few things in here, wow.
Well, don't leave us in suspense. What is it?
It's the information to Grandfather's bank account.
What? But that money's mine.
Well, yes, the money does belong to you, Charles, but the account now belongs to Isaac. And all transfers must be approved by the account holder.
Then how do I get my money?
Through your son.
Ah, but as I recall, you have no son.
Oh, Isaac, you... Oh, God.
Isaac, you can't.
The second, the deed to the land surrounding the mansion.
Yes, anyone caught trespassing will be reported to the police.
But how do they get to their mansion?
Well, that's none of your concern.
Don't do this.
Well, we need that money to pay for the house alone. We can't what I earned. Oh, God!
Charles, what is it?
The job, Ethel! The job!
Charles, I said you were being foolish.
Come on, Isaac. What else you got?
It's about the car.
Well, what about it?
It's the information to get it out of the garage.
Yes, and you need not reveal where it is.
Oh, no.
And what about my safe?
I have the code to open it. Shit.
I believe the word you're looking for there is regrettably.
Oh, what am I gonna do? How am I to live? Charles? Don't suppose you have any savings, do you, old pal? Well, what about that club we were gonna get? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't mean any of it. Please, just give him a job back. Oh, no. Hello? Hello? You know, maybe if I go to his house, maybe he'll forgive me.
Charles, wait. Oh, Isaac. What do you expect us to do? Where do we go?
Go find one of your friends. You should never ask too much of your family.
How have I raised such a selfish child? Charles!
I wanted to say I'm really sorry and I was foolish and I wanted to know if you wanted to give it another go with us.
No. But here.
This isn't the ring I gave you.
No, but that one's cheaper.
Isaac, buddy, friend, how about those fun times we had, eh? All that advice I gave you, Anything for your favourite uncle?
I don't know, Dennis. Why should I care what happens to my uncle? I'm sorry, you hate that word, don't you?
Oh, you brat! What am I going to do? How are we to live?
We?
Yes, we're married. We're in this together.
I didn't sign up for this.
Actually, I have documents that prove otherwise.
I know what we could do. We could buy a club. Yeah, I'd run it and you could dance, yeah.
No, I'm not doing that again. You can't make me.
We need money. We need money to start up.
Well, can't you ask one of your friends?
I don't have any friends. How much is that ring worth?
Well, why?
Give it to me.
No, it's my grandmother's.
I need to sell it.
No! No!
We can't afford to be sentimental.
Well, that was funny, wasn't it? All of them getting right what they deserve. Still, you've lost everything, Isaac. You must feel awful.
No. I never worked a day in my life. All I know is poetry. I'll make something more than words on a paper. I'll make something substantial. I'll live now. Thank you, Grandfather. I understand why.
There it is. Even in death, he's making people miserable. You knew about this all this time, didn't you?
Indeed.
Didn't think to tell me, you sly fox.
None of your concern.
Tell me. Is it just me, or did Isaac just remind you of Craster as he left just now?
Regrettably.